Going live. We're live. Hello, everyone. Hello. Steph is making a drink right now, and she will be joining. How's everyone doing? Yes, Steve and Buddy, we're here. You made it, Steph. Live with Steve and Buddy.
Okay.
I didn't change the thing down there. Still, Steve and Buddy.
Last one, let me take a drink.
Oh, man. This has been a very rushed getting back down here for this live.
Okay.
But we're going to do this live and head back down there.
Yeah.
Do more things. How's everyone doing?
Okay.
Hello.
I don't know what I look like. I don't know what day it is. What time is it?
I think it's Sunday, 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Time for our live.
I just took a quick shower, the quickest shower I've ever taken in my entire life. All right. Let's start with good things.
Yeah, let's do good.
Let's do good things.
I feel like there's so many good things, really. Because, I mean, so many things have went well in what could have been, like, horrible.
I'm hurting myself.
What?
I'm hurting myself. Okay, I'm sorry.
Let's just,
Here we go.
Good?
This is better.
Okay.
We out of focus?
Yeah, you messed it all up when you moved.
I'm sorry.
All right.
There goes.
My good thing is that Caden is 15 years old.
Oh, Aunt Raquel's here.
That's gonna be my good thing. Hey, Aunt Raquel. Caden's 15.
Caden turned 15. That's a great good thing.
Yeah, yesterday. That's gonna be my good thing.
If you're new here, please drop your good thing for the week, the day, what's going good on in your life. That's what we do every Sunday. We start our live with good things. So put it in the comments what your good thing is. We love to read them. We share our good thing. If you're playing it back later, drop your good thing, and we'd love to read them. Good thing. Great. So Caden turned 15 yesterday on May 4th. That is a great thing. My good thing is that we have a lot of homes on the hill that did not get flooded.
Yeah.
We have a good amount of non-flooded homes. So that's my good thing, for sure.
And we're just going to say overarching good thing for this entire experience is that human lives and animal lives were not lost.
Yes.
That's like,
yeah,
it's the best, that's the overarching good thing.
For sure.
And we got our own little specific good things that we try and focus on to, make sure that you gotta have a good mindset when you go into these kind of things. You gotta be, can't focus on negative, can't focus on any of that stuff. You gotta kind of tunnel vision, be like, here's the project I have to get done now. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
Here's the project I get done now that I'm done with that project. Let's get that project done. You kind of got tunnel vision like that.
Well, I'm glad you have that mindset because I did not today.
You didn't?
No, I was doing one project, and then I would go to grab a bottle of water over at G's, and G would give me a task, so I would do G's task. The next thing I know, the project that I was at, I left it, and I was just kind of like, but that's okay because yesterday we focused 95%. Well, what I did, all of my energy on Jake and Lissa's home. Mm-hmm. You were I don't know, 60-40.
Yeah.
But today I was just like a little bouncing frog all around different places, and I feel like I was a little bit like squirrel today.
Yeah.
But that's okay because I was able to accomplish a lot in different places, I feel like.
Yes. I love this, Gil. This is how you tackle a rebuild.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
It's like eating an elephant, one bite at a time. Very, very true. Yeah, we are okay. The rain that was expected today was not that bad.
No, I think we missed a lot. A lot of it went south of us, actually, for once.
Yeah.
I mean, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I saw the radar, and it was like a horseshoe around us, and it was so bad. And we did get some of it, but it was on and off sporadically through the day, but not a constant downpour, which praise God for that, because
right. I know we're going to answer some questions on this live, so I'm just going to pop up some questions as they come up. So.
Buddy tackled a lot of the bees stuff yesterday, so he went up and he got all of Pops's bee boxes back put together. Buddy didn't really know which bee boxes went with what. He just kind of had to like put stuff back together. So Pops seems to think that some of it is going to be salvageable. And our bees, Buddy and I put together our bee boxes back together. I don't know. I don't think ours is going to make it.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, but Pops did say that if any of his hives do survive, he wants Buddy and I to go ahead and take them. Yeah. I think he's just a little bit overwhelmed with that kind of work right now. So he would like for us. But one thing Buddy and I are going to have to do is figure out a different setup for the bees, because our bees, where they are is great, but they're too
low. Get them on like a lift system where we can push a button and then or we can hand crank and they go up like 6 feet.
Yeah. I mean, we can't move them really any further up.
Yeah.
So we'll have to figure out a stand that works all around for everything. But
yeah. Thank you so much, Ken. Caden's good. Don't worry about him. He's good. He understands for sure.
He's a good kid. And we did talk to Caden, and Caden knows that we're going to just reschedule his actual birthday to a later date where we can take him. I told him I was going to take him shoe shopping. He wants new shoes. His feet grow like crazy. Yeah. So we're going to take him and get him new shoes and celebrate him probably next weekend. So he's good.
Oh man, I love you guys. You guys are being so awesome in the comments. Like, lots of love for us and our family. I love it. I love to see that.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, I don't even know. When I got up this morning, I felt not great at all. Like the head cold. I think the drainage had caused my stomach to be all jacked up, and I was really like forcing myself to get out there because it was tough. I was just like, I just had to like put my head down and work through it. Mm-hmm. G gave me some Mylanta, which I don't know if I've ever had Mylanta in my life.
Mylanta.
Oh my!
We don't keep Mylanta here. We
have like Pepto-Bismol typically, but she's like, just take a couple swigs of this Mylanta, and I felt a lot better. Like, it really did help. I was able to just, I sat there for a little bit, collected myself after I had the Mylanta, and once it kicked in, I was ready to keep going.
Yeah. Sorry for the head cold.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Thanks for that.
Sorry. But yeah, I have not seen Buddy in I haven't seen you, I feel like, in 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've just been separated.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Max Lab, for cleanup stuff.
Thank you, Max.
For $5. Thank you so much.
So we started. So I guess it was just me. I guess it was just me at first this morning, right? Doing the demolition of the bathroom.
I wasn't with you.
Yeah, no, you weren't with me. What were you doing?
This morning?
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm sorry. My days are started. My days are running together. I started this morning by fixing fencing.
Yes,
That's what I did. I repaired fencing this morning.
So Molly
and the goats could get to where they have water and feed. Yes. They were kind of in our backyard only, or in our little back pasture. And then I went up and I started demolition on all the things at G's house. So similar to what we worked on at Jake and Lissa's yesterday, the sheetrock that needed to be cut out. G and Pops don't have a lot of sheetrock, but they have this bead board kind of all over the place, and the whole bottom of it where the water got to it warped and just started crumbling. So it acts like sheetrock. So I started ripping all that out. And then Rob and Daniel showed up, and they started helping put the new walls up. And we just finished doing walls in the bathroom and the bedroom. Did the water get to the barn? It got so close.
So close.
So close.
We have soil erosion problems right now. So it got about 2 inches from going over the slab on the back side of the barn. But the slab that is sitting, the soil from underneath it is washed out. So we've got to figure out a way to get soil back in there and then build it up somehow to where it's, dang, Nacho, thank you so much. To get so the concrete doesn't start collapsing. So that's something that we will deal with. And a lot of people have asked me, like, what's going on with your garden? I don't even know. Like, I haven't gone to my garden. I haven't looked at my garden. I've driven past my garden and I've seen that plants are starting to die, which I'm like, honestly, the last thing on my mind.
Yeah.
What I am a little concerned is our slab by the barn. I don't want it to collapse. So eventually when we get everyone kind of settled up there, I'll move back down to us and we'll have to shore up that.
So not the slab, right? But if you remember when we hosted Jake and Lissa's baby shower, we wanted to have that little patio space for people to be at. And that slab is the one that is eroding.
Shout out, Christy. Thank you.
But what's interesting about this is that in Harvey, the water line was less than an inch before it came into our house in Harvey. Yeah. So at that point, we know that point is 81 feet.
Right.
When the river is at 81 feet, less than an inch of water until it would have been in our house. Mm-hmm. The river this time was at 78 feet. So a 3-foot difference, and it was less than an inch from coming into our barn.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. And
Is that right? Less than an inch from coming in the barn?
Yes.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. And this is what I've been trying to explain. Harvey was 7 years ago, right? Yeah. Oh, EC Per, thank you so much. Since Harvey, we've had 20,000. Nancy, wow, thank you so much. 20,000 more people come to our Plum Grove and the construction and the trees and everything.
Yeah.
So what we can't let our guard down on is what happened in 94, what happened in Harvey, how high the river got then, because so much changes with so much population and construction that the river, the construction, the flow of water, the retention ponds, the way that they do stuff all around us changes so often that we really can't. It's good to know. It's a good mindset. Okay, well, in Harvey we didn't flood. This one we didn't flood either. However, it doesn't take very much for our surroundings to change enough for something to happen.
Yeah.
Where it could eventually, so we just have to keep that in mind.
And it's not just Plum Grove. Unfortunately, if you as the crow flies across the river,
thank you, Karen, thank you.
If we were to just go straight from Plum Grove across the river to the other side, you would notice another giant development that is like Tavola, Roman Forest Tavola, where they've built up, and that all comes down to the other side of the East Fork San Jacinto River. So you've got this development just flooding. Holy moly, Carolyn. Okay.
All right, Carolyn.
Thank you so much.
You're crazy, Carolyn. Thank you. We're going to pass that on.
Put that into the needs for sure. Yeah. Anyway, so you're just having development on both sides.
Yeah.
Flood down into the river, and it causes issues.
Yeah.
That's why we had I guess I want to mention this because this is very interesting, but let's answer the question.
Yeah, I want to answer Alyssa. Yeah. Lissa, bless her heart. I can't imagine. Eileen, thank you so much. So we saw Lissa yesterday, and when you're pregnant, your brain, there's something called pregnancy brain, right? Where you're just kind of like, you just can't. You're forgetful. You're overwhelmed. You're overstimulated. Sassy cat. Thank you so much. You could tell Lissa was very overwhelmed. She's never experienced something like this. She's new to Texas. So I felt so bad for her because you could just see it, but she was trying to help. And I, thank God, was over there because
Steph was like, Lissa, no, that's enough.
Yeah, I was like, put that down, Lissa. Step away, Lissa. Yeah. Lissa, go sit down, Lissa. Lissa, go take a shower, go take a nap. Like I know she wanted to help, and she did. She was very helpful, and she was trying to pick up stuff, but I very much was kind of like mother goosing her and was like over there all day yesterday. So I was like, okay, go ahead and sit down. Go sit down. Yeah. And so I wanted her to be able, thank you, Jennifer, so much, to, obviously feel like that's her home. Right. And yesterday she was wringing out her wedding stuff. Like I'm going to get emotional. I know I am. I'm going to cry about this, but she had this like little coverall thing that she wore over her wedding dress. And she was just standing outside wringing it. And she had her wedding dress draped over the guardrail thing on her deck. And I just looked at her while she was wringing out her wedding dress. And she looked at me and she said, do you still have your wedding dress? And I said, yeah, I still have my wedding dress. And we were talking about it. And my wedding dress got a little bit ruined too. Not in any of this stuff, but I was telling her how my wedding dress is actually like not in good condition. But she was like wringing out flood water from her wedding dress stuff. And she just kind of draped it over there. And, I was looking at it, and her and thank you, Carol, so much. Her and Jake decided to go to a hotel because they didn't have any AC and stuff. We offered for them to stay, but sometimes people just want their own space, and I get it. Yeah. But she had left her stuff out, and I think she just forgot. So Buddy and I drove back by around after they left, and we got her wedding dress stuff off of her porch, and we made sure it was up and not rained on because we were going to get rain. So I took care of all that for her and made sure it was all what we did, and made sure it was tucked away. So so she's good though. She's okay. She's dealing. She's processing it. She's dealing with it, and she's strong, and she's going to be amazing. But being pregnant, you do have to like keep your calm and not over, panic. So I'm really trying. Everyone is. Lou is trying to make sure she's okay, and everyone is very much mothering Lissa right now. So
yeah, thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. I saw a question up here I wanted to.
While you look for it, I want to talk about something. So
here we go.
How'd your kids react to all this? Well, we have tried to. We have tried to let them have there was obviously fear during the fear and panic kind of during the flooding. Mostly they were thinking that our house was going to flood, but they were worried about it, that kind of thing. But we have tried to keep everything as normal for them as possible. Now, Alora is the one that wants to get out and get her hands dirty. Yeah. Out of all three of the kids, Alora is the one that is like, let me start sweeping. Let me vacuum. Let me vacuum. And I actually felt really bad for Laura today. But so I brought her down to G's, and she was helping, but she was kind of just walking around and looking for things to do. And no one was like getting on to her or telling her to get out of the way or anything. No one was doing that. She was just trying to find things to do, and everyone was kind of moving from place to place to place to place. And she comes out on the front porch, and I said, "Hey, baby, how's it going?" And she was sitting there, and she had some gummy bears, and she was like, "I think I'm just in everyone's way." And I was like, "Baby, you're not in anyone's way." She was like, "Yeah, I think I'm just in people's way." And I was like, "No, you are not." And she was like, "Okay." I just told her she was fine, and she just okay, started doing more stuff. Yeah. But yeah.
Jen and John.
Jen,
and
John,
so
wow, thank you.
Dry cleaning. Aw. We will. Okay. I'll make sure
that's actually a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Dresses. Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you so much. That's going to happen for sure. Thank you.
But so to answer that question, The kids, we've tried to keep everything super, everything's okay, everything's normal here. You can help out with this, you can help out with this. It's not a big deal. No one's freaking out, stuff like that. Yeah. What were you saying about fires? Oh, man. Oh, well, there was
her heating pad.
Well, two, really, if you count the hay, because that could have been a fire.
Oh, but yeah.
But the heating pad, yeah.
On Alyssa and Jake's bed caught
on fire and put itself out on the mattress, which, I mean, talk about blessings, guys.
Yeah,
talk about blessings. It could have, Jake's house got a foot of water in it. Yeah. And it literally could have burned down to the ground, which the water, it wasn't flood water that put the fire out.
It was the mattress.
The mattress didn't get wet. It was the mattress that put the fire out.
So it must have been a fire retardant mattress.
Yeah, exactly.
It was this big burn hole and the breaker didn't flip, which was very strange.
Could have been really, really bad. Yeah. Okay, so back to my point.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I know, and we're still going to answer the question.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
My family is really, really good at like picking up the pieces, I think. I think that's one of the reasons why when things like this happen, and I know that so many people were introduced to my family through Lester after Harvey.
Yeah.
And that was just one.
Thank you, Hello Spring.
That was one of the many things that have happened to my family in the past. And we've always kind of been next to each other. So we always have done this rebuilding together. Yeah. And I know that in my lifetime, let me just go back to the 37 years that I've been on this earth. When I was 4, maybe 5 years old, Gigi and Pawpaw's house burned down to the ground.
Thank you, CB.
Due to an electrical fire. Thank you so much, CB. When Gigi and Pawpaw's house burned down to the ground, thank you so much, Vanessa.
Thank you, Vanessa.
The family moved into an old bus.
They lived in a bus.
We lived in a bus.
Bus.
It didn't run anymore, but Pawpaw had converted it into a storage building. And then he converted it into a livable space with a bathroom. We all lived in an old school bus when I was little. And I remember it vividly. I remember my mom telling me I can't go inside the house, like the ruins of the house, because G had all these little porcelain doll knickknacks everywhere, and I didn't have shoes on, and I couldn't have shoes. And I remember being little thinking, I just want to go in there and see what it looks like. And I was so upset that I didn't have shoes, and I'm just a little kid.
Thank you, Nikki.
So let's fast forward 4 years. 4 years. So that was when I was 4 or 5. So let's go to 8 or 9. 8 or 9 was the flood of 1994. And I remember Pawpaw trying to help Pawpaw wrap the house in plastic, because we were afraid that they were going to take on water, and they did. I remember Uncle Daniel's friend, oh my gosh, I can't keep up with it, Julie, Paula, Rose, Jules.
Oh my gosh,
y'all are
guys.
so awesome.
Thank you.
So in 1994, when I was 8 or 9, right around there, I remember Uncle Daniel's friend Robert, he had a boat, and he came up the pasture in a boat, and he told me to hop in, and I hopped in, and we boated around and looked for stuff, like just checking things out in a boat in 1994. I remember that when I was little. And then my mom's house. My mom moved into my great grandmother's house. Nanny's house, and she's the kids call her Nanny now, but my mom moved into my Nanny's house, my great grandmother, and that house burned to the ground due to an electrical fire, and then it wasn't long after that Hurricane Harvey happened, and now this has happened. So when I tell you that in my lifetime I have seen my family come together and like rebuild so many times, I'm not lying. And that's, my family's great at it. And it's very unfortunate. It's unfortunate that my family is great at rebuilding after disasters, but we are.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I'll address Nancy really in a second, but I've seen a lot of people ask, why don't you guys wait until insurance can come and look? Why are you, like everyone's, thank you so much, Dee. Everyone's going so fast. Don't you need to wait for insurance adjusters? Don't you need to wait for FEMA? Don't you need to wait? No, they don't wait. We'll take pictures. Thank you, M. Dunn. Wow, thank you so much. We'll take pictures of things, videos, obviously, of things, but they don't. Because we can't wait. We can't wait and let things rot and smell and deteriorate. They get in there and we're all head down going. Unfortunately, people in the back, I don't believe, have flood insurance because they can't. They can't have flood insurance.
Flood insurance, they won't sell you flood insurance if you're in a flood zone.
Yeah, so they can't have it.
And there's a crazy story about that too, because when we built our house, we did not want to be on the road. I wanted to be back where our bees are. Where our bees are right now is where we wanted to build our house. And me and Steph were devastated when they told us that we couldn't build our house back there because it was in a flood zone.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking okay, well, water doesn't come up to that high. I've lived here my whole life. Water doesn't come up to those bees. And they made us build it by the road.
Yeah.
And now look, Harvey and we would have been flooded out too. But
thank you.
Because of things like that at the time you think is
thank you,
so frustrating and annoying, that's just God, right? That's just God being I
was talking to your mom about that.
You're putting it up by the road. You're putting your house up by the road. That's God.
Yeah, it is God. Nancy, what do we do with the soaked bales of hay that were hot? Do we toss it? Yes. That's what I did today. And I'll post the video. One of my jobs today was, we haven't talked about this. Carol, Lisa, thank you so much. Buddy and I have not had an opportunity to talk about this, but another God thing, I believe, works through people. Lester and Jamie recently, and I feel like I'm going to get emotional today. I'm just emotional. Lester and Jamie, a couple weeks ago, blessed Buddy and I with a tractor. They did. They blessed us with a tractor. And we've had it parked in the garage because it's my little baby right now. Celeste, Jean, thank you so much. And I was talking, and I've used it a handful of times for some things, moving some mulch around. Jake's tractor is broken. Dan's tractor is in the shop. My tractor right now is the tractor that we're able to use up there with the bucket that's big enough to.
And Pawpaw's, but he doesn't let anyone drive it.
Well, Pawpaw's isn't as big as ours.
I'm just kidding. I got to drive Pawpaw's tractor. He did. He let me.
Yeah.
He said I could drive it back to the house.
But how amazing is it that in the time? Thank you, Lana, so much. How amazing is it that just a few weeks ago we were surprised and gifted with a tractor that we did not know that we were going to need so much. I never thought I would need it in this type of capacity. Moving hay bales that are about to catch fire, combust, moving sour, nasty, rotten feed. And I am telling you, that was what I did today. And I had to separate myself, and it was not good. But I got back in there and I started moving and shoveling and using that tractor. And that's what I was doing all day long. Using that tractor, and God knew I needed it today because we were able to use it because everyone else's was out of commission. Yeah. So, and we had it parked down here where it was out of the floodwaters and it was accessible. And it's just crazy how these things that happen and are in motion that you just don't know why. You don't know why. And thank you, Sherry, so much.
This is a small thing, but I think it was also God. Small God thing. Jamie and Lester showed up with chicken yesterday.
Oh, yes. Fried chicken, not regular chickens.
And Brookshire Brothers fried chicken.
Thank you,
too.
Marie, so much. Brookshire,
I was like this because I forgot to eat.
Thank you,
know how people tell you you forget to eat.
Thank you,
and
Nana
drink?
Mom.
And so many of you commented on the video saying buddy, you gotta remember eat and drink, right?
No, we don't.
It's so easy to think that you gotta remember eat and drink, and then the next thing you know, you look up and it's 6:00 in the afternoon, and you're like, What have I had today? Oh, I've had nothing.
Yeah.
And you can like, it just hits you all of a sudden.
Yesterday,
That's how I was. That's how I was.
Yesterday, I was pulling out insulation from Jake's, and I bent over to pull something out, and I stood up, and everything kind of like went a little. The lights went dim in my head, and like I was like, "Oh, I need to eat." So I looked at Jake and I said, "Thank you so much, Colleen." Jake was like, "Let me order pizza." So he ordered pizza for the family. Jake ordered the pizza, and thank you, Marianne, so much, Marianne. So he ordered pizza for everyone. Then in comes Jamie and Lester with a bucket of chicken and a pack of waters for everyone. So we had fried chicken and pizza, and we were able to eat and then keep going. But yeah. It's crazy how you until your body. Thank you, Karen. I was telling them earlier up there at G's, you know how your body, you move, you walk, and you don't think about it. You're walking, you're good. But today, my brain had to tell my legs to move. I was like, okay, right foot, okay, left foot. And you normally, thank you so much, Miss Waits, or is that Michelle? Michelle Waits? Thank you. So anyway,
survival mode. It's
just one of those things where I was like having to communicate to my limbs to continue to go, because it's like, I want to address something that has been a little bit of a bother. Thank you so much, Bob.
Something's bothering you?
Yeah. We have a video out about goat rescue.
Oh.
And there's a few comments. Thank you, Anne. Buddy, Bree, Laramie, and Jake went and rescued some goats in canoes, which Buddy will explain to you is not easy.
Oh my gosh, a goat boat. It's one of the most difficult things that you can do, I think, is to captain a goat boat.
Thank you. Karen, thank you.
If you've never tried to captain a goat boat, I recommend, just because I would like everyone to know how difficult it is to be the captain of a goat boat. And then if you want to put it in hard mode, if you'd like to play the goat boat game in hard mode, you could have a child's toy paddle, and that'd be the only thing that you have, because the paddle, if you remember back to the cardboard boat races.
The cardboard goat race. No,
the cardboard boat races.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And now I know what our theme for the next...
A goat boat, right?
A goat boat.
Okay.
A goat boat.
Don't tell anyone.
Okay.
Don't tell anyone. That's going to be our theme.
If you remember back to the cardboard boat races, my mom, when she made Alora's boat for her, she bought a little kitty plastic paddle.
For
Alora. That's what I had.
That's all we had.
I was captaining a goat boat
canoe
with a toy paddle.
Yeah.
And man, oh man, was it difficult.
Yeah.
And I felt bad for Bree because all she had was her hands to paddle with, and I was running her into all the things. I did edit a little bit out of us bringing the goats up, because I'm telling you, there was me going like this and then hitting some trees and then hitting some trees and then hitting some trees.
Thank you, Sherry. Thanks, Becky and Tina.
These goats would shift, and when they would shift, the entire thing would change. And then they'd shift again because they'd get nervous, and the entire thing would... It was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough, but go ahead. Finish your story.
Okay, so thank you so much,
Thank you,
Deborah. And Susan, thank you. Okay, so I've seen that, Sassy, thank you. I've seen this comment come up on the goat boat. Why did Pawpaw wait so long? Why were you guys in that situation to begin with? You should not have had to go rescue goats. All those things, right? Yogi Bear, thank you. Let me just try to clear something up. We moved the day before all the animals, thank you, Dharma, to our pasture.
Yeah.
Our pasture. So there's Bree's horses. We moved Bree's horses to our pasture. We moved Pops' cows down to where Bree's horses were. Yeah. Then, Donna, thank you so much. Then Bree's horses were picked up by Lester and Jamie, taken away. Then we moved all of those down to our pasture. However, and we cut fences. We opened up fences and gates.
Yeah.
The thought was, and the projection was, thank you, Donna.
If you could go back, and I will just say, if you could go back and do it all again, right? Probably load all the animals. animals up and just
Sure.
take them to Longhorn Lester's if there's room for them there. Like,
yeah,
load. I know that they were pretty packed when they had the animals they had,
Yeah.
but yeah, I would say if Pops could go back and make that decision again, he would. But
thank you, Kathy.
go ahead with. There was a plan.
So we had a plan, and we thought we had 24 hours extra. The river was not supposed to crest until Saturday night. It crested Friday afternoon. So it came fast. Lori, thank you so much. It came fast. It came early. And what happened was they ended up on an island that they could not get through that open gate. Another thing is,
and this is true. We trusted the weather forecast.
Shoe girl, thank you.
Paula, not a good idea.
No.
You don't trust weather forecasts around here. These weather people don't know anything.
Well, but listen, nobody knows how much rain's really going to drop. But also, too, again, and this is what I kept hearing, based on 94 floods, this is where the water was going to be. If we base it on where the water came in 94, which was 20 years ago, which is insane to me, right? 20 years ago? 30 years ago?
20 years ago? 30 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
30 years ago. Lord have mercy.
However many years.
Yeah.
This is where the water was, and it's not supposed to go here, and it's only going to stop it here if this is based on this. And it's like, okay, well, so much time and so much stuff has changed. They were thinking they were going to be safe, and that was going to be a safe place for them. And then it wasn't. So we had to do what we had to do. And I know we're going to get heck for it, or Pops is, has been getting a little bit of heat for that. Why didn't you just do this? Or why did you wait so long? Or why didn't you prepare earlier? Guys, we tried. We did our best with what we had, and looking, engaging, and trying, and we just,
I want to in the next video we put out, I want to show you all the time lapse from our security camera.
Oh, yeah.
The time lapse from our security camera shows Friday, right? I took all the footage from Friday, and you're just looking at our backyard essentially, but at 6 o'clock in the morning, you can't see anything off in the distance. You can't see water rising, any of that stuff. And by lunchtime, by like 12:30, it was trying to come into our barn. Like, insane. That's why I told yesterday, I was talking to my mom and Steph, and I said, it seems like yesterday was two completely separate days.
Yeah.
Because there was let's wake up and move things up to let's move things up to G and Papa's upstairs.
Yeah.
Just in case water comes in. Yeah. And then there was like the day where we went and rescued goats because the water rose so fast, and we wanted to make sure all the animals had room underneath the pavilion by the horse stalls and on top of the trailer and all that stuff. It felt like two separate days, but it wasn't. It was like hours apart from each other, which still is insane to me how my brain has like kind of all of our brains. We all kind of said the same thing. It compartmentalized that as like 2 different days.
Yeah. Have you heard if we can get out on Plum Grove Road?
Yes.
We can?
We can get out, and I've heard that the potholes are horrendous.
I was going to ask, because I took video just for the family. I haven't even, I tried it. Thank you, Sassy. I tried to get out yesterday, and you couldn't. It was still like a raging river. But I knew getting to that raging river that there is a washout part that is, I'm talking so close to that other side where it's been washed out since Harvey and not fixed. The bad thing is, if that road washes out down there, we are in big trouble. Big trouble. Because that's Plum Grove Road 100% down for us. Yeah. No way out on Plum Grove Road in either direction.
Yeah, except for the subdivision.
Well, yeah, across the street. But that leaves us with one way.
One way out.
Which was completely underwater in that corner.
We would have to go through the subdivision and then hope we could get out either the left or right way.
Yeah.
We just couldn't. We'd be, as far as Plum Grove Road would be concerned, if that culvert washed out and the one by the sanctuary, a little past the sanctuary it's been washed out for years. Yeah. Then we're on an island in Plum Grove Road. Like, we're just kind of cut off, and the subdivision is the only way out.
Yeah. So it's very, I'm very interested to see, thank you, Angela, how they how quickly they can repair that. And
they may just say waiting on FEMA, which is what the other one has said.
If they do that, we're
Harvey.
so screwed. We're going to have to do it ourselves. Honestly.
Literally since Harvey, they have said that they're waiting on FEMA to replace that road and that
washout. Yeah,
that washout. So stupid.
It's insane. Our projected weather over the next few days, we're still expected to get some rain tonight and a little bit into tomorrow morning, and then I think it's supposed to be clear skies. I think. So a little bit more rain, but I've been watching all day long since I've been on the tractor, taking trips back to dump out feed and hay back there. I have in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm looking at this post, and here's where the water is. And next time I make a trip back there, I will watch. And it's slowly creeping back down. So even if we get a little bit of rain, I think that that's going to be not enough to bring the river back up. So I think we're fine.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Ivan's good. Everyone's asking about, literally all the animals. Jake's cows are good. Moo and Oreo, they would not leave. Jake tried. It's crazy. Jake tried to get all of his cows up, but Moo and Oreo, I guess, just were like, this is our home. Plus, they're like 800 feet tall. So, they were out. They were fine. You can tell, though, that everyone is tired because everyone is laying down today. Not an animal is standing up. Everyone's just laying down, being lazy. Yeah. Thank you, Sylvia, so much. Oh, for Caden, that's so sweet.
Not just the animals, the humans can barely stand up.
The humans don't have a choice. Humans are going. We're going. We'll have a chance to lay down in a little bit, but
yeah, Levi's good. He's just at my mom's house, they didn't lose internet. They didn't lose electricity. So he's gotten to do all the things he loves to do. An outstanding mayor. Yeah, she would, but we don't do politics anymore.
Buddy won't let me. We've had that discussion. Buddy doesn't. Not that he won't let me.
Guys, listen. I ran for city council one time.
You sure did. I worked for the city council.
I ran for city council, and I did the whole thing. I went around and talked to the fire department and talked to people and told them about what I thought should be the case about things. And it's not my calling. I will say it's not my calling. And then Steph's stint that she spent in politics as an employee of politicians was the worst, I think, mental state I had ever seen Steph in. She had heart problems from the stress, from the anxiety. And it is not worth it. It's not worth it.
I've been to Austin. I've showed up at Capitol Hill. I have campaigned. I can do those things. I have a passion for that. What I don't have a passion for is small town. What is that word I'm looking for?
Where the things are on
BS. No, I'm talking about the nasty. I'm talking about the vindictive. I'm talking about people trying.
Good old boy, yeah. The good old boy system.
There you
go.
Thank you. I have people's best interests at heart, and I truly want the best for everyone.
Yeah.
But not everyone else wants the best for everyone. They want the best for a small group of people. Okay. I got to be careful with what I say. So I have tried. I've got one of our state senators on speed dial. He knows me by name. I've got our state representatives. We've talked. I've gotten them to come down here and they've toured. They know me. They know our problems. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't. Because there's other developers and other people in their pocket and in their ear and in legislation. And it's hard, guys. I've never been one to be a keyboard warrior where I'm just like, let's write an email. Let's write a letter. No, I will show up in Austin. I will be there and I will be at their door knocking down and I will be in person. And
you did have a petition, though.
I did have a petition. I had everyone sign petitions. And, I had a lot of pressure on me to get the people of Plum Grove to dissolve the city. so that the county could take over. I didn't want to dissolve the city. I don't think that that's the answer, to dissolve the city and let the county take over. I think that we should be able to have just state-supported help with our fast-growing infrastructure and our flooding issues.
Yeah.
I think that there's other solutions than to dissolve the city and let others take over. Thank you, Carrie, so much. So guys, yeah, I mean, I honestly, we continue to try. We won't give up. Rena, thank you. But it's very difficult when you've got some people out there that, number one, want to see you fail. Number two, don't agree with you, and they have, they just can bark louder than you, I guess. So yeah, small town pettiness, I guess. But
we do try and vote. We do try and use the vote to make that change, but unfortunately, it doesn't. It's a very small group of people that actually get out and vote out here. So
yeah,
it doesn't always go in the way that we would want it to.
Some of those comments are funny.
I saw one that said you need to make a new sign. You did the fire sign.
Yeah.
You need to make a flooding sign.
Thank you, Jackie. No, I'm going to make signs.
It's not going to flood. It's going to flood.
No, I'm going to tell you, I am on fire about something. Speaking of fire, this is something that I'm going to be campaigning for. I have not talked to Buddy about it.
Uh-oh.
But when all of this is done, because we're about to be approaching summer, I am going to be very, very adamant about maybe getting some increased jail time or something for people who set fires. I'm talking about increased penalties for people who are setting fires during fire bans.
In Liberty County?
Just like in our area. You cannot. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Thank you, YouTube user.
You would have sent Jake and Melissa to jail.
Why?
They accidentally started a fire.
You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
The heating blanket started the fire.
It was always burning.
But the mattress put it out.
Anyway. Lester would be in jail forever. That's funny. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Speaking of fire, though, everything that's like trapped in fence lines, you could probably light that on fire.
Yeah.
While it's wet. Like while the ground is wet and
I
that
can
dries
tell
out.
you that if Steph and Jamie were in charge, stuff would get done. And Bree.
And Bree too, yeah. Bree's a little firecracker.
Bree would be the firecracker. She'd be what you threaten people with. Y'all have the ideas and make it happen. How's Pawpaw and G?
How's Pawpaw and G? That's a good question. Pawpaw and G. G and Pawpaw are good. They are sad, overwhelmed. Pawpaw, I think, is a lot like me today, where he's just kind of like in one area, then you find him in another area, then he's off on the side by side feeding animals and kind of just. I saw him tinkering with something, trying to get his AC to work. His AC is out. What are you doing? Looking for something?
Yeah, I'm looking for a question.
Oh. Their AC in their bedroom is not working, so he was trying to get that fixed. But he's just kind of trying to do what he can do. And he tries to do a lot. And he's another one, kind of like Lissa, where I'll go get it. And I'm like, no, I'll go get it. He just had surgery on his hand the day of the flood. It's very hard to get that man. He's a stubborn man. And I don't care if he hears this or not. He's a stubborn man, and he just does not sit down for a second. And
Kyron, if you could ask your question again, I can't find it. I saw your message saying to please read your question, but I cannot find it, unfortunately. I've scrolled up very far.
Very stubborn. A lot of the Marmen are. Yes, I agree.
Of course we are.
But yeah, so Pawpaw is trying to do his thing, and we're trying to help him do it. G is being a very good director at what she would like done, and we are following orders from G. But I catch her in the corner every so often with her hands in her head and just kind of, not again. I can't do this anymore, and she doesn't want to do it anymore, and she's tired. And thank you so much, Seeker.
Okay, I found Kyron. She said, make sure he's cleaning his wound.
Needs a tetanus shot.
Needs a tetanus shot from being in floodwaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying.
I'm pretty sure Pops just got a tetanus shot not too long ago for something.
Yeah.
Because you get a tetanus every 10 years.
Think you carry?
Or something. I don't know.
Can't remember. I probably need a tetanus shot. They burn like fire.
Yeah, Pawpaw is hanging with Pawpaw is only on YouTube.
Gigi was very upset about her tanning bed. She was.
Man, the tanning bed was like the straw that broke the camel's back.
You know, and it's always something. It could have been the smallest thing that just like broke it, but she was upset about that.
How am I feeling, Tammy? Still head cold, congestion, kind of. It was messing with my stomach, but got that Mylanta in me, and it kept me going. Kept me going today. Thank you, though. Yeah, G's tanning bed was gonzo, unfortunately, but
their refrigerator is dead. They've got they're going to get a new fridge. I think G's working on ordering a new fridge for them.
Yeah. When Heidi bit him, yep. I knew he got a tetanus shot not too long ago.
Yeah. So, Lissa's good. We talked about Lissa. She's doing good.
Yeah, Lissa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you have work tomorrow? That's a good question.
Oh, I took it off. I took tomorrow off.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Do they have school tomorrow?
I'm guessing.
I haven't
heard anything.
I haven't looked.
I mean, they had school and all hell broke loose, so who knows?
So someone said something earlier about my garden and the vegetables in it. And if there are any vegetables that are on the ground or growing right now, I will pick those and discard them. They will be thrown out because, telling.
Even though they got to rinse off today with all the showers. Holy moly, Dawn.
Dawn.
You rock, Dawn.
Thank you so
Patty,
much, Dawn.
You rock too.
Yeah. And guys, just so you know, all these
roads are bad, Mandy.
All of the stuff that you guys are donating to us, thank you so much. And I will be sure that it is passed on to the family for their fridges and the bleach and the mops and the new mattresses and everything. So just rest assured that y'all's donations to our channel will be, thank you so much, K-Dunn. Those who can, just liking, watching our videos and supporting us and sharing our story is enough. But for you guys who have monetarily donated, know that your donations are going to go to insulation and sheetrock and flooring and paneling and all that stuff that they wiring, electrical that went out. And
Lord of mercy, guys, I cut
Teresa,
an electrical wire today. I was cutting stuff out of a wall and I sliced right through an electrical wire. Yeah,
I wonder why it was out like that, because it was just it wasn't tacked down. I saw it.
No, I had a talking to Pawpaw. I told him that the house wasn't up to code.
Yeah, we need to get in there and we need to. Yeah.
I said, this house is not up to code, Pawpaw.
Yeah. So I really do appreciate you guys so much with that. So, and then of course, Lissa's wedding dress, we'll get that dry cleaned for her too.
I wonder if she lost baby things.
She did.
She did?
Yeah.
Kay asked if they would need more baby things.
Yeah. So today when we were cleaning out the barn, unfortunately, Jake had to dump one of their car seats that they got. Dang. I know, it was ruined. Christina, thank you. So we'll make sure that this goes towards all that too.
Did we see if Joanne got any water? I mean, they're up so high. They would have gotten water in like the little barn shed areas back there, but
yeah, no, her new house. I don't.
Oh, in the new house, that's right.
Because she moved up.
She'd be the same elevation with
Ellie and
Megan.
Yeah, I don't think that they did.
Should be okay.
Yeah, Debbie didn't either.
Debbie did not. There is a little bit of activity on the beehive, so we're just going to have to see. We have some frozen frames of honey that if we see that the bees are actually trying to clean everything up, then we can thaw some fresh honey frames and throw them in there for them. So we'll have to keep checking on that.
Is Papa out of coffee? Someone says I need to get him some coffee.
Oh, I know. Him and my mom are going back and forth about my mom doesn't have enough coffee stocked for the amount of coffee that Pawpaw drinks and all this stuff. So
we have coffee.
I think he found some because I heard him saying today up there that he had coffee, but I don't know. We'll just have to double check.
We'll make sure he has some coffee. Yeah, we've got coffee. That's one thing that we. That's funny. When we know there's like rain coming. What?
Joanne's okay. Lester, check out.
Okay, yeah. We make sure that we have coffee. Like that's one of our number one priorities.
Coffee is a top priority.
Yeah. We have to have
I'm like Pawpaw too. I'm like, I need 3 cups if I'm going to be expected to just go all day long.
I have my iced coffee. Like in the morning, it's hot coffee. Later in the evening, I'll get some iced coffee. It's coffee all day long here.
Yeah.
Will we get financial help from the state? No.
No one's going to get any help. I just,
Yeah. Thank you.
Raise the electrical outlets up.
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. The problem is I only had a little bit of electrical cable, and I already put the walls back in, so they're just kind of there now. But they definitely needed to be raised up further. We had to do a little splicing. Me and Daniel did a little splice repair on the electrical, but yeah. I mean, it looks a lot better, guys. You'll see a video from us. You're going to see a video from my mom. You're going to see a video from Tina and Rob. Like, everyone made some videos of the progress we've made today. So you'll see some of the upgrades that, I mean, we went from today, it felt like we were taking that turn from cleanup to like rebuild, where you go from cleanup mode to rebuild mode. Felt like we kind of took that turn, which it's only been a day, so that's kind of cool. But yeah. If
you watch Bree's, I think Bree got it, I don't know, but I was on my hands and knees.
Throwing up, gagging.
Not feeling, I had to run out of the barn and.
It's the smell.
She said she was going to have to edit it.
Yeah.
It was.
The smell of all the like ruined feed is so bad, guys.
It's just.
And it's everywhere.
Rank. And the flies.
It is everywhere on this hill. The smell, the flies, the mud, and it's on top of the smell of just dirty flood water.
You know what I think is one of the weirdest and the most gross things is pressure washing stuff when it's already wet outside.
Yeah.
It's something about it. It just grosses me out that you're spraying this muddy stuff and it's just like you're spraying mud.
Everything's wet.
To spray mud. Like but you have to spray it off. You have to spray it off your things, but the ground is already saturated and muddy and gross. So it's like just spraying mud everywhere.
Right. And the roll-off dumpsters haven't showed up, so the trash is still just in piles.
Yeah. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you, Vicky.
Thank you, Vicky.
Yeah, everyone's needing dumpsters right now, so they're a little bit on. Thank you, Jillian. Yeah, so we're getting a dumpster on Monday, and then my real estate office has sponsored a dumpster for us for Tuesday. Yeah. So we will be getting dumpsters. That way we can start throwing everything in there.
Yeah. What was the story about the hay getting hot? Yeah, that was crazy. Oh my gosh, Lester scared the crap out of me when I was helping Jamie load that wet alfalfa up to his. Okay, so we're in Lester's or in the sanctuary's garage.
Thanks, Jennifer.
In the sanctuary's garage where they had all the alfalfa piled up. So Jamie's like, "Oh my gosh, come back here and fill this. Like, just stick your hand in between the 2 bales of hay." And it was hot, like compost, where if it sits, it gets hot in the middle, creates its own heat because of all the bugs and microorganisms, all that stuff, that whatever. So that while those piles of hay were sitting there wet and they were like sciencing to get hot. I'm reaching back there to get leverage because they are heavy. And I'm just reaching back and into like, I don't know what I'm touching, what I'm feeling. I'm just grabbing this hay bale and lifting it so that Jamie can take it and lean it over into the tractor. And I'd grab another one and I'd lift it up and then I reach down to grab the last one in this dark little wet corner. And I reach underneath it and I lift it up and Lester goes, "Snake!" Oh my God.
He jumped like.
My heart left my body. I levitated.
He levitated.
I levitated because Jesus was calling me home.
Thank you, ALH.
And I was following the light, and then I landed. And I realized I jumped.
Jesus said, "Not today." Nope.
Oh man, yeah, he's scared. He's scared.
Yeah, and then Jamie cursed. Jamie said a bad word. Yeah. Lester. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Hey, I just want to let you know we love you all. Thank you so much for showing up, man. So many of you showed up today.
We told Lou and Daniel we would be with them. Thank you, Tammy. We would go back down there
Thank you, Rosina.
to help start moving all of Jake's ripped up stuff from the front of his house to our trash pile in front of G and Pop. So we're gonna go back out there.
Get back at it, guys.
Yeah.
I loved this live just because I love talking to all of you, but don't get me wrong, I love this live because I got to sit down for an hour.
That's so true.
And that felt so good.
My back is
I kind of feel bad. I just sat down for an hour because everyone else is still up there working.
Yeah, they get it.
Hey, we love you guys. We love you so much. Thank you for all the support and the love and the prayers and the thoughts.
And the donations.
Everything.
Yeah.
So much, because I mean, just the fact that things like this happen to my family, and you heard the story earlier, all the things that have happened to my family.
Thank you, Kendall.
It's always just been us, no one ever knew the things that our family went through and the stuff that we did and all that stuff. It's just us. We're just rebuilding because that's what we do. We deal with disaster and rebuild, but we have so many people that love and appreciate, or that we love and appreciate and care for us and think about us and pray for us now. And I just love it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's such a blessing.
Yeah. To connect with you guys.
Yeah.
And just that you guys love on us and we get to love on you guys and our animals and our family. And
Sassy, I'm going to go give Gigi and Papa a hug for you right now.
Yeah, we're going back up there.
All right. Everyone, thank you so much.
Yep.
As always, we will catch you on the next one.
We're going to keep you updated.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.